Yo, what is going, guys? Loki here, and this video is gonna be a myth debunk on two, maybe three things on Loki, and the announcement. So there's two myths that I'm currently aware of, actually, not three. The first myth would be that, will be that Loki's decoy. People believe that Loki's decoy. Not everyone. It's actually very few, but I've heard that people say Loki's decoy blocks Neith's ult. I did test this. Currently, I have no friends to test this with, so sorry for no footage for that. But I promise you, if you go to like your custom games with your friend and you try this, Neith's ult does not stop at the decoy. It goes through the decoy, and hits you right in the face. So that's one myth that's to be debunked. You guys can test it out yourselves. If it does somehow block, then okay, then you're hacking. or that, or they had a patch on him or something like that, which would be pretty cool, like the Loki buff or the decoy buff I was talking about. But nah. So the second, and this is the one that people, like, more than 50% of Loki players out there believe this. Probably more than 50%. People believe that this has to do with Loki's passive. People believe that Loki's passive has to do with crit, and his passive crits. So there's many ways to debunk this. One, it says 20% bonus damage. Where do you see in his passive that says the word crit? And that's the first way to debunk it. The second way is to ask high res, and I did ask, and they said no. Third way is that people need to understand what crit means. Crit means double damage. As in, whatever your basic, if my basic does 100 damage on Odin, with crit, it'll deal 200. How is 20% double? That is not crit. Crit stands for critical strike. So Loki's backstab is not a critical strike. So yeah, and I guess really, like, how does that look like crit? I just look at that thing. That's a dagger in the behind with blood. That's not crit. This, guys, is crit. That is crit. Guys, that is crit. Not, well, I can't delete that. Not the backstab thing. That is not crit. That is not crit, guys. So, I mean, it does help with the crit, but it's not crit. It's another form of damage. So that's one thing I want to debunk for you guys. A lot of players think that Loki's passive is crit. It's not. You guys can ask high res. You can ask, you can even, just read it. Just read it. Where does it say crit? It says bonus damage 20%. Go on Google, type in what does crits mean? And the Google definition will give you something that it doubles your power. It doubles the damage that we're going to do. If I did 100 damage to Odin, it will now do 200 damage. 20% is not 2 times. It's not even close to it. So that's the other myth I want to debunk, and so I really hope you guys can understand this. And this follows the fact that this is why I don't get Deathbringer. The people who do believe that Loki's passive is crit gets Deathbringer because they think it works well. Now, again, crit is double damage plus 20%. That is a lot. However, that's like, it's not the same thing though. They're separate. And also, that is if you even, first of all, if you even get to behind the person, assuming that you ult them, of course. Let's just assume that. It'll just be to your basic attacks. Loki's abilities will not crit. Loki's abilities are not basic attacks, sadly. I really wish that his passive applies to his abilities, but it doesn't. People will just complain how overpowered he is, even though he really isn't. So that's about it, guys. One more thing. It's going to be about the announcement. Sorry for not having a gameplay video. The queue times are ridiculous, and I've been playing casuals, and oh my gosh, I've been playing with, like, the noobest of all noobs, as in someone who locks in Hu Yi and plays jungle and doesn't know what he's doing and feeds everyone. It was just insane, and yeah. And here's the announcement, guys. I will be uploading a 1v1 video, probably tomorrow, hopefully, whenever he comes online. It's going to be a custom 1v1. It's It's not best Loki NA. I'm sorry, guys. He's not. He doesn't exist anymore. Sadly, he quit Smite, and you know. It is going to be the considered, like, you can consider him as the best Fenrir player. He goes by the name of this, Okami, which I think stands for like, yeah, it stands for like wolf god or something like that. Search him up in YouTube. It's spelled exactly like this. Not on YouTube. Well, he has a YouTube channel too, but it's kind of like dead for now. But if search it up in Smite, go to profile, and in the search bar type in Okami, he has currently like almost 19,000 worshippers on Fenrir. He has more than 30,000 kills on Fenrir. And yeah, and I did play with him. He's a really cool person. And I'm going to be challenging him to a 1v1. He, and I quote himself, he said this, that most people who 1v1 me raged. And I'm like, that's interesting. And we just, you know, we don't dislike each other at all. I just met him in a random game, and I'm excited, and we became friends after that. So yeah, be ready for our 1v1 video. It's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, I could lose, guys, or I could win. If I win, that's great for me. If I lose, that's good for Okami. But it's gonna be really fun. Father versus son. This is gonna be amazing. Really, really fun. So, yeah, as always, I will see you all Loki players later.